Okay, here I am again because I hate myself. And we're going to be doing the Nier Automata Mackerel speedrun. Here's far. The last run was quite possibly the worst run of all time. And I thought that my first run was the worst run of all time. But no. I had a final time of 18 minutes and 25 seconds. Okay, easy mode. Nope. Let's try this again. On the count of 3, we're going to start the run. 1, 2, 3. Honestly, I knew that RNG was going to be a big factor in a lot of these runs, but I never thought that it could be so bad that I would legitimately spend 7 minutes attempting to just catch the fish. Honestly, hopefully this run goes a little better, and hopefully I can get some of these skips consistently. Because that last run was just so bad. I'm actually kind of embarrassed of how bad that last one was. Because I just sat there looking at the fishing spot and saying, geez, you know, this would have been world record if I'd gotten that fish on my first try, I think. Now I'll just watch this cutscene again. And this is literally 10 seconds after I finished that last run. I'm gonna go for just one more and see if I can beat 1232. Okay. Oop, killed by the laser. That would really slow down my run. Rip 11B, the deserter. Okay, now there's gonna be some actual enemies, I think. Yep. So let's hope that I can do this segment a little bit faster, because last time I failed pretty horribly. Now I'm exactly sure what the difference is between all the letters. I know what T is, I know what T is. Wait. Apparently you have this is going to be a little bit of a quicker part. So you can, in fact, fire towards the customer. So definitely going a lot better than my last run here. Not as good as my first run, but better. Oh, okay. Typically speaking, the quicker that you get that level up, the better. Alright, no more enemies for a short while. No. Last run I got factory skipped pretty easily. I did have to end up killing a bunch of the enemies, but it wasn't the worst it's ever been. I got crane skip pretty much first try, thankfully. And then bridge skip only took me like 3 or 4 tries, which is really good all things considered. Because usually it takes me like 10 or 12. Listen to the epic soundtrack this game has. Dodge all this junk. There we go. Now there's going to be enemies again. The amount of vertical height that the sword slash has is really good. During your A, you can take down guys that are slightly above or below you. Take out all those guys in one go. I love to do cool stuff like that. And then I think that... Oh, okay, yeah, all of it. Let's just give this run approximately 20 minutes ago? I first started the first run that I got a terrible RNG about 20 minutes ago. Not fast if I've done that segment, but it doesn't really matter. Much faster. Okay. Gonna go for factory skip. Or first room skip, whatever it's called. Am I gonna get first? Nope! Of course not. There we go! Second try. Okay. Ooh, man. Can I please? Okay, I guess I'm making up for the fact that I saved time by losing time. Just real quickly here, gonna go to my weapon set 1. Because I am a noob. We can't perform bridge skip at all. Okay, so that's one try. Second try again, jeez. That moment when you can perform bridge skips better than you can perform easier skips. Given that's with the total noob strat, but you know. Oh geez. Whenever I'm on good pace, I always have trouble with this skip. Please! Every time I think I can save time. Come on, skip. Oh my gosh. Why? Why, game? Why am I losing so much time with this skip? This skip is insanely easy. Finally, jeez. I think I'm cursed to forever be terrible at Nier Automata speedrunning. Because I cannot perform clips to save my life. Honestly, I am like the worst Nier Automata speedrunner there is. Wow, Cremancin 50, failing at the easiest skips in the game. You know, you're doing good things. You're gonna get that world record, boy. At least I did that decently quick. Every time here's the annoying thing, every time I save time on any skip at all, I always have to lose like 10 million seconds on an easier skip. Like factory skip, second try. Crane skip, oh man, I messed up. Bridge skip, second try. And then that skip, like 10 tries. Like, that is one of the... That one that I was failing on earlier, that's one of the easiest skips in the entire game. Or at least in this entire category. I dare say it's ever so slightly easier than the resistance camp skip. And yet, I lose all that time. Like, sure, this run is redeemable if I get, like, godlike RNG. Unlike last run, where it took me 7 minutes to get a Mackerel. Because I hate resetting. I just really do. It's shameful, in my opinion. Unless you're going for world record, but I'm just doing this for the heck of it. But eventually I'll get that perfect run where I perform every skip within 2 tries, and then I'll claim my world record. Not that I deserve it, of course. Still, if we get good RNG, I think I can earn the right to call this a speed run and not a slow run, like the last run was. And also, NVIDIA's Shadowplay gets weird frame drops. Given this isn't max graphical setting, but still. I only get huge stutters when I'm recording. Which makes sense, of course. 1080p, 60 FPS gameplay is pretty processor intensive, apparently. Kept going for it. I get it? Got it! Jeez. That's nice. Because if you can perform that, the rest of this is really easy. Okay. This is it. This is my moment. Or it could not be, because 2B likes throwing pot at rocks. Come on. RNG. Give me that good mackerel. Please, I just want to end a run that's an actual speed run for once. Like, please, I am begging you. Give me the good RNG. Yokotaro, if you're listening, just, you know, give me the RNG. I want the fish. Not even gonna bob up and down. Come on, this is the run. I feel it. This is the run, okay? It's gonna change my fish spot, because that one's clearly terrible. Come on, this is the run. I'm feeling it. I'm really feeling it right now. I'm gonna get that fish. It's gonna be an epic run. Sure, I failed at every single trick, but... or every single easy trick, at least. So, come on. Give me that fish. Or you could give me no fish at all. That would not be preferred. Give me a mackerel. You know? Please. Except right now, Pod doesn't want to catch anything, because, you know, the fish they sense I'm doing a speedrun, you know? I think they're plotting against me or something. Oh, got a fish. Mackerel. Gosh freaking dang it. If I get one more basking shark, I'm gonna snap, you know? I'm on the edge. I am one step closer to the edge. You know, I'm gonna snap, and then I'm just gonna, like, show no mercy. Come on, mackerel. Please, RNG, don't destroy me. Please, this is a semi-decent run. I got bridge skip on the second try. I think. Either that or the third try. Come on, don't kill my run, RNG, again. This spot seems to give mackerels more, like, quickly than the other spot did. But still. Oh, that fish. Mackerel. Coelacanth, I don't need you. I need a mackerel. Please. I am begging you. Give me that good mackerel. I need it. I need its delicious oils inside me to have me die of mackerel poisoning. Fun fact, the ending's title for anything is that it's a machine. I have lost faith in humanity. But ending K or U, ending K actually, is called Aji Okuta. And I thought that would mean you kill the mackerel because Kuta I think would be top form for is that it? Another I'm gonna kill someone. Not a real person, a fake person. And that fake person has white hair, wears a black outfit, and is not 9S. Or A2. Because, whether or not you know it, this game has a B key. And if you hold it down, some very... Basking sharks? I'm one step closer to the edge, thanks to you. I am one step closer to the edge, and I am about to break, okay? This is not cool, Yokotaro. I see... Come on, Mackerel. And it's a water flea. RNG just loves me, doesn't it? I know that these runs are just Chromanson 50 Salt Train leaving the station now, but someone's got to record them and watch them, you know? And it's at the Mackerel. It's another machine fish. Like, honestly, when am I gonna get the good run? Because, oh man, I'm not gonna be able to upload any of these runs. RNG. Jeez. I feel like that one Pokemon runner who is infamous for terrible RNG. I think it's Worcester. I think that's him. Come on, Mackerel, Mackerel, Mackerel. Basking Shark Machine? If I ever see Yoko Taro, I have some very, very informative sentences to give him, such as, "Excuse me, Mr. Yoko Taro, your game, the fishing mechanics, they ain't good, son. They're not good. Take a long look at what you've done and reflect on your actions." Given, of course, if I ever see Yoko Taro, that'd be pretty weird. Oh, this is it. It's a machine! It's a Mackerel machine. This fishing spot sucks. If this run is worse than the other run, I am going to be so mad. Like, why? This didn't have to happen. Are all the mackerels dead? Has mackerel speedrunning endangered the mackerel population on Earth? Is that why I can't get a mackerel? And that's a blowfish. Honestly, I think... Okay guys, it's conspiracy time. I think that video games are plotting against me because they don't like me. And I'm uploading all these. I am telling you, I promise, I will upload every single one of these dang runs. Mackerel? And it's a breamfish. Like, honestly, I'm sure that everyone who runs this category has had 10 gajillion runs like this, but... my gosh. And you give me another blowfish machine. What is the... Does every fish have an equal catch rate? Because I suspect that is not the case. Because it feels like blowfish, it's a 90% chance to catch something that's not a mackerel, a 9% chance to catch a mackerel machine, and then there's a 1% chance to catch that delicious, delicious mackerel. So you can end your suffering. Like, this run is pushing me to the edge. Honestly, the salt train is leaving the station. Like, my first run, I get none of the skips right. And then on this run, I get some of the skips right. And on the last one, I did decent on all the skips. But RNG just... the majority of my runs are actually just RNG. And my inability to catch a mackerel because this game hates me. That's, like, game, I spent $60 on this game. I am currently 100%ing it. I pretty much only played Nier Automata and TF2 at this point. Like, of all, if you check my Steam library, I have a bunch of games that I could be playing that aren't Nier Automata. And yet, every day I open my computer and you know what game I play? I play Nier Automata. Even though it only says I have like 11 hours on this game. Because I played this game offline for like 30 hours. So my time in this game is more than it looks. So yeah, I sit here. I think it's officially time to welcome you to the Nier Automata Mackerel slow run. Just trying to beat this category as slowly as possible. So the entire point of this run is to not catch a mackerel. But that's the only thing you don't want to catch. You know, I'm going for an over 30-minute time. That's what you're going to want. Good catch. And it's a blowfish machine. Well, honestly, I'm not even surprised at this point. RNG has decided that Chromanson 50 does not deserve speedruns. So I'm gonna start slowrun.com, and people are gonna compete for the slowest time in a game. Most world records are gonna be like 100 hours, where they go as slowly as possible, because you can't just stand around doing nothing. You have to be doing something the entire speedrun. Waterfully, thanks. Yeah, you have to be doing something that contributes to beating the game. You can't just stand still AFK for 300 hours. You have to beat the game just as slowly as possible without wasting time. Honestly, this is going to be slower than the last run. And I didn't think that was even possible, but I'm a believer, you know? I'm seeing this time and I'm a believer. I think it's actually possible to have a worse speedrun than the last one. As you can see, I'm getting pretty salty at this moment. Because if there's one thing I hate, it's bad RNG. Like, if any of you have ever played Mother 3, which is a weird tangent to go on considering I'm speedrunning Nier Automata, not Mother 3. Ooh, a blowfish machine. How, surprising. But for any of you who have ever played Mother 3, you'll know that there are 1% chance weapon drops. And I have a weird history with RNG in that game. Like, when it comes to the magic gloves, I think they're called, for Kumatora, they're a 1% drop rate. And, spoiler alert, there's this one part in the game where you start hallucinating, and all the enemies turn into these weird hallucination things. And after the end of the battle, it said, you got the magic gloves. Maybe. I'm like, is this some kind of a joke? Because I kill one enemy and I get those magic gloves, and I'm like, okay, they're going to disappear. But the hallucination ended, I had them, and I just dropped them. 1% drop rate. But here's the best part. The magic stick, as it's called, which is the best weapon for Lucas, also has a 1% drop rate, and it only drops from this one enemy in this one area. So I'm like, oh, you know, I think RNG's smiling on me today. May as well grind for it. So I was grinding there for 6 hours. Not straight, of course. I'd grind for an hour and a half or two, and then I'd be like, this sucks, and I'd stop. And this was with the speed up thing that emulators use. Like 6 hours, not in game time, but sped up time. And I was like, to myself, I said, what is going on here? So, after the 6 hours are done, right? It was probably more like 6 hours and 20 minutes or something like that, not a clean number. I got the magic stick, and I said, finally. But I was so happy over the fact that I got it, that I stood still and let an enemy get me. Or something like that, or maybe I ran into an enemy, I don't remember exactly. And I said, I'll just beat this. And then guess what? It drops the dang magic stick. So I got 2 of them in a row. And 0.01 times 0.01 is 0.001, I believe. So that is a 1 in 1,000 chance of happening, and it happened to me. Well, this has just become story time with Manson. While we wait for the slow run to finally complete. Considering that I had enough time to do an entire story time within this speedrun, should disqualify it from being a speedrun, because it's already a slow run. Oh, Mackerel, please? Hey, Mackerel machine! Move fishing spots again. So, does anyone watching this video, which isn't going to be literally anyone, but do you have any fun stories about RNG? Because I'd love to hear about people who have worse RNG than myself, so I don't have to feel bad about myself all the time. And the pod again. It took me forever to get the pod in my regular run. Oh, gosh. Welcome to Nier Automata speedrun. The skips are nearly impossible to consistently pull off, the RNG sucks, and the only redeeming thing is that the gameplay is incredibly fun, the story is very fascinating, and overall it's one of the most unique, charming, and entertaining games of all time, you know? Fair trade. Unless you're speedrunning it. That's the worst. Ever. After this run is over, I'm gonna look up the drop rates for fish. Because I refuse to believe that I'm just getting bad luck here. You know, macros have got to be rare or something. Given, I wonder... Okay, so... The world record is 8 minutes, 30-something seconds, I think. And I wonder how many runs that guy did like this, where he got the worst RNG ever. Because I think this is going to be an over 20-minute speed run. Or slow run, sorry. Simply because of how long it's taking me to get this dang mackerel. Honestly, I'm just going to live stream it so that all of you have to suffer with me. Can I fish, please? Welcome to the Nier Automata 14-hour-long slow run. Mackerel percent. I think, you know, you could probably do a full game speed run in the time it's taking me to catch this mackerel. That's not the salt speaking, that's a fact. You know? It's 100% the truth that this is, by all means, the slowest thing of all time. Like, in my main account, I've caught a bunch of mackerels on that save file. The first one. Seriously, how come the first time I got, like, decent RNG, and then for the past 2 attempts, my RNG has been so laughably bad that it's not even funny. Like, the actual catching the mackerel is going to take longer than most of the speed run, which is just ridiculous. And I get another basking shark. I said to myself after that last run, this is going to be a good speed run because there's no possible way it could be worse than that last speed run. But no, this is actually worse than that last speed run. And I'm going to keep going until I get a mackerel. I'm not going to stop until I get that stupid mackerel that has the lowest drop rate of any fish ever. And it's a machine. It's a machine. Put, also in the comments, put rest in peace, Tremanson50. I'm not sure if anyone's actually going to watch this entire video this far because it's just me ranting about RNG and Mother 3 and how great this game is. But yeah, if you get this far into the video, put rest in peace Tremanson50 in the comments. Rest my soul, honestly. I think I'm gonna die before this speedrun is over. I'm gonna spend half my life trying to get this fish. So rest in peace Tremanson50. Rest in pieces. Or rest in mackerels, honestly. See it bobbing. And there's a mackerel somewhere down there. Somewhere in that ocean there's a mackerel that's gonna be consumed by me someday. Someday! Okay, I'm gonna go onto the Nier Automata forums on speedrun.com and ask how many tries did you take to get a mackerel? Because it's just ridiculous. I want to know if everyone just has this terrible luck and the only ones that they put on there are the really lucky ones, because there's a few speedruns on there where they have bad luck in the mackerel. There's nothing on the leaderboards that's like this. Probably because of just how slow the time is. But maybe I should just stop trying to do easy. Mackerel? Basking shark? I will end you. That's not a joke. I'm gonna end that stupid shark. And now a moment of silence for my time. Although then again, this category is mostly based on RNG. Because you can get here as quickly as you possibly can, but there's no guarantee you'll catch a mackerel. Ever. Like, I don't know how long this video is going to be because I don't have a timer, but still. This is just dumb. Mackerel? Coelacanth machine, thanks! If anyone's still watching, you're probably just watching to gasp in amazement at how long it is taking me to catch a mackerel. Please, I want this run to be over. Just give me a mackerel, please. I'm begging you. You're a Pima, honestly. Are you freaking kidding me? I got the fish achievement. Honestly, I don't know what to say. I told myself, wouldn't it be funny if I got the achievement for 20 different kinds of fish in the speedrun, but wow. And not a single one of those was a mackerel. And now you give me a water flea. Fun. Touche game, honestly. You know, wouldn't it be funnier if I caught every single fish in the entire game except for a mackerel? And then I get a mackerel as the last fish. After I get this mackerel, I'm gonna check the fishing encyclopedia to see what percentage of the game's fish I've caught that aren't a mackerel. Yay, a breamfish. Honestly, like, it's to the point where I just kind of feel like laughing, because how is it possible to get this awful of luck? Mackerel? Hopefully someone is still watching this who can share in my misery at not catching a mackerel. And I thought the last run was bad, jeez. A swordfish. Honestly. Just, wow. What's next? The Robo Swordfish? Another one. Another one. RNG, why do you hate me? Like, I wonder how many macro runs I could have fit into this time spot in this amount of time if RNG just didn't hate me. I think this song is like looped too. I think I played through the entirety of this song. This is going to be a over 30-minute speedrun, I assume. Like, I didn't even think that was possible. Because I'm going to keep going until I get that stupid fish. Because I don't care about the time. I just want a mackerel. This is just insane. to think that in a speed run you could have luck this horribly bad. I am astonished. Like, maybe someday I'll get a mackerel. You know, 24 hours later, finally catching a mackerel. Yeah, I'm definitely going to go and ask the forums how long it takes people to catch mackerels, because this is ridiculous. I have been fishing for what must be 20 minutes now without a single mackerel. Because you can have the best run of all time, and yet RNG will kill you. Because I was joking earlier when I said it might take you an hour to catch a mackerel, but it might legitimately take me an hour to catch a mackerel. I'm sure it's incredibly boring to watch someone sit by a pond, but think how boring it is for me. Like, I'm trying to do a speed run here, and yet RNG just said no. Yoko Taro himself just looked at the water, he gave it a wink and said, "Mackerels, go away. Go find somewhere else to be. And if you see a large, like, rectangular white thing in the water, stay away from it. Because that's Cromancer 50, and we can't let him have a good speedrun now, can we? Does this game want me to spend more money on it? Should I just buy the DLC and hope it's pay to win? Because I'll go out to work and buy a... I'll go buy a Steam card and get the DLC and see if it gives me better macro luck. I don't think that Nier Automata is pay to win, but you never know. Any game can be pay to win. Mackerel? Basking Shark Machine! Wow. Why am I not surprised at this point that I've caught literally everything except a mackerel? Like, game, just have pity on me. Because this run is not going to be over until I catch a mackerel, no matter how long it takes, unless I have to head off to work, but I don't think it's going to take that long. Is this it? This is it! This is it! I found the mackerel! It's time to die! Just real quickly, I'm going to go to my intel because I don't care about the time. I caught 29% of all fish in this game. Ooh, look at all these. Finally, this run is over! So yeah, that was the Nier Automata Mackerel slow run. Yeah, I didn't think a run could be worse than the last one, but it turns out they can be worse. So much worse. Aji o kuta. Watashi wa aji de kuroshimashita. Yeah, there we go. No. That would mean that I was... Aji wa watashi... No. I was killed, so... Get ready to just quickly show off far. 1 hour and 33 minutes! Please tell me that's not how long my run was. Yeah. Watashi wa aji de shinimashita. Watashi no speedrun wa aji de shinimashita. My run was killed by a mackerel. Well, see you later, fools. I'm gonna go contemplate the meaning of existence.